What is up, PMPBeta? JD here with my first ever upload to this channel, and with this upload I'm bringing you guys a Monocolor match against my good buddy MrMiagimoto. He's bringing a yellow team and I'm bringing a blue team with Haxorus apparently counting as a yellow Pokemon, I guess. I don't know, but right off the bat I'm going to notice he has a Victini and I have absolutely nothing to deal with that. My physical wall is a Tangrowth, and I'm running an offensive Tentacruel mainly for the kind of surprise bitch factor, if you know what I mean. So I have really nothing that wants to take V-Create. So I let off my Metagross hoping I'd get rocks up and hoping he'd lead with maybe something like a Shuckle to get his own rocks up. But that isn't the case. He leads straight with that Victini, probably seeing the same weakness as I did. So I have to switch out into my Lantern, which is my best bet to take a V-Create. And as you can see here, it really doesn't take it that well. It goes down under half. It's kind of looking iffy to be a 2-hit KO after lefties. Min-Max would probably come into play here, but I basically have to go for the safe Scald, seeing as pray I can live a V-Create, but he's going to go for the safe U-turn, not wanting to risk his Victini getting killed early on because he knows how much damage it can do to my team. So safe play there. He goes out into his Shuckle to take the Scald. Would have been nice, if he would have went for the V-Create, but now that damn Victini is still running around. So he goes into that Shuckle to take the Scald. Like I said, takes it very well. It is a Shuckle. And he's probably seeing this opportunity to get his Stealth Rocks up, and I'm going to see the opportunity as well. Seeing as Shuckle's out there, I'm not really too worried about a knockoff or anything of that nature. I see pretty safe opportunity to go into my Metagross. So now I can get up rocks of my own. I don't know what he's going to do. He can Encore me if he wants, which he does do. He does Encore me, which is a very nice play, seeing as I probably could have gone straight for a Meteor Mash and taken out a Shuckle right here, but I know I really need those Stealth Rocks up because that Victini is floating around, and I believe he has a Typhlosion as well that won't be appreciating rocks very much. But now his switch is obvious. He got me encored into Stealth Rocks, so he's probably going to go into something that can do some damage to me. So I went into my Tentacruel thinking it'd probably be the Victini or the Typhlosion, but he actually goes into his Cresselia, which was a very nice play. He probably predicted my switch as well. I will say he probably outplays me this match, but I go into my Metagross here thinking his only stab will probably be Psychic, and he carrying Toxic or T-Wave. I'll be fine with that. I'm not Choice Scarfed or running Speed EVs or anything like that, so I won't mind the para. I'll probably be better than anything else on my team, so I go into the Metagross here, thinking that now he's not going to stay in. If he has Psychic, maybe Ice Beam, it won't be able to do anything to me. So I'm just going to go straight for the Earthquake, predicting either Jirachi to come in, which does come in, or Typhlosion or Victini. But he does go into that Rachi, and that is very nice, getting an Earthquake off on this thing. Does a hell of a lot of damage here. Almost kills him, so that pretty much shows that he's not running any defensive EVs, not too bulky, anything like that. And I make kind of a stupid play here, switching out. I probably should have stayed in, thinking, like, what's he going to do to me with his stab being Psychic? I was thinking, okay, I'm paralyzed. He might try and Iron Head me to death, but that would have taken a hell of a lot of time. So I went into my Tangrowth thinking, okay, he's a physical set anyways. Tangrowth's only use, seeing as he has that Typhlosion Victini floating around, will be to take out this thing, seeing as I have Hidden Power Fire. But he sets up a sub on me and is actually a special attacker, so that sucks dick. And then you see here, as I know Tangrowth doesn't have the best special defense in the world, but a crit brings me down to 1 HP. Thank God I live on that 1 HP, because otherwise he'd still have a sub up after all these shenanigans, but I actually get a crit back there, which is kind of funny. Useless, but still funny. And now he's just going to be able to take me out with the easy Psychic here. Not anything else to predict or anything like that. I don't think he has enough HP to set up a sub, so that's how that goes. So now I'm basically going to be able to go into anything I want here on the Switch, seeing as he does kind of have a range where I'm not too sure whether I can take him out with an Outrage, but the idea here is I'm a Scarf Mence with Moxie, so I'm going to go into Mence and take him out with that Outrage. So now I get the attack boost. And I'm thinking, looking at his team in the team preview, if you guys are paying attention, he doesn't really have anything that can hit me for super effective damage. And I'm like, okay, if Typhlosion Scarf, which I was pretty sure he'd go into, it usually runs like Hidden Power Grass or Hidden Power Rock. And I was pretty sure a Hidden Power Rock wouldn't be able to take out my Salamence from that range. So he does go into it, And then he says he has hidden power ice, simply because he didn't have any ice moves on his team, and he just wanted to take out dragons like that, and yeah, that sucks dick. So, nice play there by him, having the Scarf Typhlosion to take out my Ments. And that really sucks, because that thing could have tore him a new asshole, outraging all over his team. But, I bring in my Metagross now knowing that he is Scarfed, so I was free to go for a Meteor Mash, knowing that obviously he's not going to go anything that would take an Earthquake. So he does go into that Shuckle, which is very nice. Take that clean out. An attack boost would have been nice there, but doesn't happen. So now he's able to go into his Victini again, which sucks. Whenever he goes into this, something on my team is going to get absolutely just, dominated. So I decide, Dory, you're done for. I'm just going to go into him to take the V-Create, and he's going to wipe my Dory out, which isn't too big a deal. Again, looking at his team, I don't really know what Dory's going to be useful for, besides this Victini and besides taking V-Creates, so it did its job. It took a couple of V-Creates, lowers his speed and all those shenanigans there. So now I'm going to go into my Tentacruel, and this is where it comes into play that I'm an offensive Tentacruel, because he probably thought, okay, I can outspeed and take it out with a Psychic or a Zen Headbutt or whatever he was running on it, seeing as he was Life Orbed. But I'm not. I'm actually, running max speed myself, so that might have even been a speed tie, to be honest with you, seeing as I think Tentacruel has 100 base speed, and I'm running a Speed Nature, max speed, all that stuff. But now he's going to go into his Haxorus, and I really should have known something was up. Maybe I'm thinking, okay, maybe he really has nothing. Maybe he's praying I don't have Ice Beam or something. But he turns out to be Scarfed. I'm like, wow, who brings two Scarfers on the same team? So that sucks. Now I'm down my Tentacruel, which was basically my only thing to deal with his Typhlosion. So now he's going to be locked into Outrage. So obviously I got to go into my Metagross here to resist the attacks, and actually miss the first Meteor Mash, which doesn't come into play too much. I was thinking a Meteor Mash should be a clean KO here on his Haxorus, but as you can see, after another Outrage, he's going to get confused, obviously in the third turn. I go for that Meteor Mash, and he's going to live on a little sliver, which really sucks, because now his Haxorus is still around. But basically, what my thought process was if he is probably just going to leave this thing into Die so he can get a free switch into Typhlosion and Fire Blast my last two pokes. But he goes into Cress here and saves his Haxorus. So at this point I'm thinking something must be up. Either his Typhlosion's only fire move is going to be Eruption, and he doesn't have like Fire Blast or Flamethrower, which wouldn't make sense seeing as he's Scarfed and all. But at this point I'm like, okay, I don't really know where you're going here. I know his Typhlosion's only switched in once to Rocks, and a Bullet Punch couldn't kill it from half. So I'm, either he's not making much sense here or something's up. So I'm going to keep going for Meteor Mashes on his Crest to hopefully get an attack boost. Just, spamming the Meteor Mash. I believe I missed one earlier. For some reason I have the worst of luck with Meteor Mashes. I miss those all the fucking time. But I'm never going to get an attack boost. I'm just going to say it straight up. I was hoping maybe I could predict a Moonlight at some point and go into... There was the miss. I could predict his Moonlight and switch into my Swellow, but that wouldn't make much sense seeing as I don't think I can 2-hit KO it with anything my Swellow has. So here he finally decides he's going to go into his Haxorus to take the Meteor Mash, and so I kill him off, and now that leaves his Typhlosion, which he finally does bring in here. And at this point I'm like, okay, obviously I don't think a Bullet Punch can take it out from half health, so I'm going to have to go for the Earthquake, and pray he doesn't have Fire Blast, but he does have Fire Blast, and it hits, which sucks because now I'm down my Metagross, and all I have left is my Swellow, and he's Scarfed, so he's obviously going to outspeed. So at this point, I'm pretty much thinking good game. I'm going to go into my BBE, Brave Bird, everything Swellow. Going to take Rocks damage, so obviously he's not going to be able to live a Fire Blast. So I'm going to Protect just to, not Scout out, to get my Toxic Orb up so I have the Guts boost, obviously much needed. And he's going to go for the Fire Blast, and he actually misses. So now I'm going to take him out with the Facade. So it's going to be one-on-one. It's going to be me versus his Cresselia. So my thinking here is if he only has Psychic, I know Swellow is super frail, and I might be dumb for saying this. Maybe I can take a Psychic and then live poison damage after that, and Facade will maybe be a 2-hit KO. I mean, that is like the idea here. But looking at it, Facade isn't even a 2-hit KO, and he does take me out with the Ice Beam. He shows he has Ice Beam versus Psychic, so doesn't even matter there. And he's going to kill me off and win with the 1-0. So that was a great game. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please check out my channel as well as his. It'd be very much appreciated. And I will see you guys later. Peace out.